Welcome back to the CoolFigurez channel. I'm your host, Jesse the Bat Madrigal, aka the Buff Collector. The information on the channel is intended for adult collectors and not children. And today we are going to be taking a look at the brand new Hasbro Star Wars Vintage Collection, Walmart exclusive, Tchaikovsky Captain Fordo. But first, if you're new, then welcome. This channel is all about cool action figures, analyzing them, hunting them, taking pics of them, and of course, playing with them. If that's your sort of thing, why don't you go ahead and hit that subscribe button, and while you're at it, go ahead and hit that bell notification icon so you stay notified when I do upload new content. If you do enjoy this video or any other videos that I put out, please remember to give them a thumbs up. It really helps the channel grow. With all of that out of the way, guys, once again, we are going to be taking a look at the brand new Hasbro Star Wars Vintage Collection, Walmart exclusive, Tchaikovsky Captain Fordo. So this is a Walmart exclusive, so you know how much fun it is trying to get this. Surprisingly, my Walmart pre-order for this figure actually came in. Now, for those of you that are longtime viewers of this channel or new ones, thank you for coming and joining me. And you've probably noticed that I don't have any vintage collection reviews, and you are correct, because I don't really collect vintage collection. I say really because I really only have one other besides this one and the other Tchaikovsky ARC Trooper, which just came out, and that is the vintage collection Return of the Jedi Boba Fett that came out last year, or 2020. Fuck, has it been that long? I think it was 20. No way, I think it was 2021. It had to be early 2021. Yeah, because it came out alongside with the Black Series one. So, but that's the only other vintage collection figure that I do have until now. Now I have two more, and like I said, I don't collect the vintage collection. However, the Tchaikovsky micro series has a very special place in my heart. I absolutely love those micro series growing up and watching them on DVD and rewatching them. I absolutely love them, and I'm a big fan of the clone troopers in Star Wars, and I have to say those were the best representations of clone troopers, in my opinion, in terms of like how they looked, how they were drawn and everything. And it was just like a snapshot in time. You know, that's what animation on Cartoon Network looked like at that moment in time. So going back and rewatching that is always a great time. However, I do still enjoy the new 3D one that we got, but these ones will always hold a special place in my heart and will always bring back fond memories for me and nostalgia. So that's why I had to get this guy. And on top of that, the whole reason I started coming back into collecting was because I wanted the Captain Fordo figure from this micro series that was released years ago, and thankfully I was able to find it. And unfortunately, that kickstarted my addiction once again, and I haven't stopped or slowed down since. And now I have a vintage collection version of him, and I should be getting a Black Series version soon when those are released. So with that being said, guys, why don't we go ahead and dive on in. That's enough background on him and myself for this review. So let's go ahead and take a look at all the stuff that he does come with. He comes with a total of 3 things, guys: 2 blasters and a helmet. So why don't we go ahead and pull him forward so we can go ahead and pull one of these blasters out of his hands. They are both identical, so we don't have to take a look at both of them right now, but here is his blaster, which has been recreated from the Tchaikovsky series, and it literally looks exactly like the gun looked in that series. A very unique looking blaster for the clone troopers, which would evolve essentially to just this part right here later on in the 3D series. So that's really cool when you see all those little influences and stuff. And then, like I said, his helmet is removable, so we can pull it off. And whoops, I always forget how small 3 3/4 figures are after handling 6-inch figures so often. I forget how tiny these things are, but amazing details and paint apps in my opinion. I absolutely love Phase 1 clone troopers, and so this is definitely a beautiful helmet in my opinion. The helmets are removable, so you do get a nice face sculpt underneath. It does not have a Tamora Morrison likeness whatsoever, but yeah, it looks like a clone, similar to a clone. Kind of, if you squint your eyes really fucking hard, you might see a clone and Tamora Morrison, but yeah, other than that, yeah, it's not him. Yeah, and they honestly never take their helmets off in that micro series, so we don't really get to see what that version of a clone trooper would have looked like drawn in that animation style. So I feel like they should have just left it with a helmet and not a removable one, but it is what it is. So with that being said, let's go ahead and move on into articulation. So his head will go all the way to the right, all the way to the left. His head will look down, basically not at all. He basically, I guess just a tiny bit. He'll only look up that far, which is essentially just back at you. His arms will go to a T-pose, slightly under a T-pose actually. 360 rotation at the shoulder. No bicep swivel. You do get a single hinge elbow right there, and rotation at the elbow. Rotation at the wrist, hinging in and out at the wrist, or no? Oh, I'm sorry, actually up and down on this wrist as well as this wrist, since he does dual wield. Oh no. What the fuck? These are opposite, I thought. Okay, so these guys are opposite of Black Series. This hand will hinge in and out, while this one will hinge up and down. If you heat it up, these ones are stuck. So he will rotate at his torso right there. Slight ab crunch down, no ab crunch back, which is the opposite of the Black Series once again. Although, in terms of leg articulation, this guy can do the splits. And so the Black Series definitely cannot. So, yeah, this guy can join the cheerleading squad, and his squad can actually form its own. He will kick out that far. He won't kick back at all. He does come with single hinge knees. And they do rotate. He does have a thigh cut up top, so that way you can rotate his leg pretty much all the way 360, which is pretty interesting. His ankles will go down that far. They'll go up that far. And no ball rocker hinge joints, so that's a bit of a struggle in a fight when you're trying to get him to stand. Those ball rocker joints are really, really important, and you don't realize it until you're trying to pose a figure without them, and you're just like, shit. Those things are really important. So, yeah, guys, what do you think of this figure? Let me know down in the comments below. Did you snag them on pre-order? Are you still trying to snag them on pre-order? Let me know your experience in the comments below. What would you personally rate this figure as well? 1 out of 10. Are you going to be adding this guy to your collection? Are you going to be adding any of these vintage Tchaikovsky figures to your collection, or any of the Black Series Tchaikovsky figures to your collection? Let me know down in the comments below. With that being said, guys, join me every Sunday morning for Coffee and Toys, a weekly Toy News Toy Talk podcast where we will go over all the latest and great toy news, reveals, pre-orders, and so much more. And join me every Wednesday on Instagram at CoolFigurez for Coffee and Toys Live, where I will speak to a new guest every week about toys, toy collecting, toy hunting, toy photography, and so much more. With that being said, let's go ahead and take a look at some really cool pics that I took of this guy. And if you did enjoy this video, please remember to give it a like, share, comment, and subscribe. And as always, have a great fucking day. Thank you so much for sticking to the end of this video. If you enjoyed those pics, you can find the full images over on Instagram at CoolFigurez. And I do have a separate Instagram account for my more thought out, planned out, more edited pics called Epic Shots by CoolFigurez. Check it out if you like what you see. Leave me a follow there as well. And if you guys want to see the unboxing of any figures I do reviews on for this channel, go ahead and check me out over on TikTok at CoolFigurez. That's where I post all my unboxings. And join me every Sunday morning for Coffee and Toys, a weekly Toy News Toy Talk podcast where we will go over all the latest and great toy news, reveals, pre-orders, and so much more. If you did enjoy this video, please remember to give it a thumbs up. It really helps the channel grow. If you haven't already, please hit that subscribe button. But whether or not you're a subscriber, thank you so much for taking time out of your busy day to listen to me talk about toys. I really appreciate it. As always, I'm your host, Jess the Bat Madrigal, aka the Buff Collector. And I'll talk to you guys in the next video. Thank you so much to this channel sponsor, VRare Store. Check them out for all your Funko Pop, anime, Pokemon card, and toy print needs. And of course, use code CoolFigurez at checkout for 10% off your order. VRare Store. Check them out, guys.